Alright, so today I want to share about a life safety issue my client has been having with their truck and their trailer. And so what is happening is as they're driving down the road on their Chevy 3500, what happens is all of a sudden it says trailer disconnected, and then they have no trailer brakes. So imagine you're towing 20,000 pounds behind you, and all of a sudden your truck goes no bueno to the brakes. That is a huge life safety issue, and I just want to discuss what I've discovered, and so others can be aware of what is happening out there. So if you can get it resolved, taken care of, because I want families to be safe out there when they're driving on the road. All right, my clients own a 2024 brand new Chevy 3500 Duramax that they tow their 2023 Grand Design Momentum with. And this has happened several times, and it's scary to think you're towing that amount of weight and all of a sudden you lose the trailer brakes. And so looking into it, the issue seems to be related to the brake controller that Chevy has in these 23, 24 trucks. And there actually is a technical service bulletin, and I'll post a link to that document if I can find it again, of this issue. And so this technical service bulletin talks about an RV or a trailer that has solar as well as a generator potentially. And when the trailer battery is full, what is happening is that trailer battery voltage is higher than the truck. And so when the truck sees that trailer voltage higher, it's backfeeding to the truck, which is causing the brake controller in the truck to shut down and disconnect the brakes. But we've also discovered that also not only happens with a higher voltage, it also happens if the trailer has a lower voltage below a certain threshold. And we'll show you, get into some more details of that here in a little bit. So what it looks like, and from other forums and posts I've read, is what's happening is on a Chevy truck, these new 23, 24 Chevy trucks, it seems like the truck is pinging or checking the voltage from the trailer to determine what is the voltage of that trailer battery. I think partially because it wants to know that the trailer has a 12-volt system to engage the emergency brakes in the case of emergency where the trailer were to get disconnected. But the scary part is apparently there seems to be a voltage range that the truck is expecting from the trailer. And when that range is too high or that range is too low, it comes up with the message on the screen, check trailer wiring, and it actually shuts down and disconnects the trailer brakes. So let's go in and let me show you how we can duplicate and replicate this issue, so I can show you at least on the low end of what the issue is. So let's go take a look. All right, so we're here up in the front by the battery bay, and I'm checking the voltage of the battery currently using my multimeter, and as you can see, we're getting 13.7 volts, which is a healthy voltage. So let's go ahead and plug in the truck, and we'll show that the brakes are working, that it connects just fine to the truck. All right, so inside of the truck here, truck is running, the trailer is connected, and we have a little control here, and this little orange light shows that the trailer is indeed connected and it is working. And if I squeeze the brake controller, you can see it actuating the brakes. If the trailer was not connected, it would just stay at 0. So currently, battery's at 13.7 volts. It took a little bit to connect and recognize the trailer, but it connected and the brakes are indeed working. So now we're gonna go get that battery voltage down, and I'll show you it not working. All right, so we disconnected from shore power, and check out what the truck is doing now. It's bouncing around between connecting and not connected. And the reason why it's doing this is because the trailer battery is at it's bouncing between 12.2 and 12.3 volts. So this is what it does when you get a low voltage from the trailer battery. All right, so we actuated the hydraulics on the trailer to get that voltage down to where we can replicate the issue. So trailer battery voltage is at about 12 volts currently, and as you can see, if we look here at the brake controller, that orange light is now off, and if we try to actuate it, it does nothing because the trailer brakes are no longer connected. Now I understand 12 volts is on the low side, and that could be the root of the issue, but last night when we were diagnosing this, we connected a different truck. It was a Ram 3500, and we had the battery at 11.9 volts, and we verified that that truck with 11.9 volts on the trailer battery, that truck is still able to actuate the trailer brakes. So the issue is this Chevy truck, when the voltage gets low, it disconnects the trailer brakes when it sees a trailer battery voltage too low, and according to the technical service bulletin, when the battery voltage gets too high. So let's get we're going to get the battery voltage back up, and we'll show you that it just automatically reconnects. All right, so my client's going to help me out here. So he's going to go ahead and connect in the shore power, and we're going to see if the trailer brakes connect. So trailer brakes are now connected. You can see the little orange light is on. Trailer brakes are indeed working. And let me go check the battery voltage to see where we're at. But I'm imagining now, since we're connected to shore power, we're going to be at 13. We're at what? 12.9, 13.0. Yep. So as soon as we connected to shore power, battery voltage, because converter's on, jumped up to about 13 volts or so. Trailer brakes automatically reconnected. So next steps, what we're going to do is, client has an appointment with the Chevy dealer to get that technical service bulletin taken care of, which supposedly should have been taken care of already, but it hasn't been. And then also we're going to get 2 batteries for the momentum and get that hooked up, because with that inverter running, the load from the inverter is just dropping that battery voltage too low. So with 2 batteries, we'll kind of buffer that out, and so we'll have an update tomorrow once we get the truck back from Chevy and also get 2 batteries installed. All right, so it is the next day, and my client drove this morning about an hour to the Chevy dealership to get their truck fixed, but came back with it with no change. The reason being is Chevy did see the error code that's mentioned in the technical service bulletin. However, they're claiming that there's a national shortage on brake controllers, and so they're not able to replace that brake controller today. And because they can't replace the brake controller, they can't update the software in the truck. So that's going to have to be delayed to another day. However, I ordered something and installed it on the trailer, and it seems to have fixed the low voltage issue, and I'm going to go with it has fixed the high voltages as well, just because of the nature of the part. So let's go over to the trailer and I'll show you what I installed. All right, so looking at forums, talking to other people, suggestions, one of them was installing a diode on the 12 volt on the 7 wire coming into the trailer from the truck. And basically what a diode is like a check valve. So it will allow electricity to flow one way, but prevent it from backflowing the opposite direction. So if we come over here to where the 7-way is connected, this is the diode right here that I'm touching. So this will allow charging from the truck to the trailer, but it will prevent voltage going from the trailer back to the truck. It's a one-way check valve. So we did some testing and it does seem to be working. So disconnected from shore power, running the inverter, putting the load on the system like we did before, and all of a sudden with no shore power, with the load on the inverter, we would get down to 12.4. When we actuate the hydraulics to try to get that even lower, we were hitting 12.1 when we were raising the RV. Now typically in the past when we've done that, the truck would say trailer disconnected, as you saw previously earlier in this video. Now it's just stable. The trailer stays connected. It connects instantly to the truck and it stays connected. So let me just quick show you the other thing we did here besides installing that diode. So earlier in the video, I showed you the battery. There are now 2 batteries. I installed a second battery, which is helping buffer that voltage drop of that load from the inverter. Previously, inverter kicks on, no shore power, it would immediately basically drop to like 12.1, 12.2. Now it sort of stabilizes at about 12.4, 12.5. And then when we actuate the hydraulics is when we can get it down lower. The other thing that I did is I installed these distribution studs on the back wall here. It's because the terminals on the battery were overloaded and the positive terminal wasn't actually able to get that nut on tight enough. So now it is in a much better shape. The wires are nice and tight, and now we got a dual parallel battery setup. Now, those of you that are keen, you will notice that these are lead acid batteries and they are not properly installed with the proper cover over the batteries based on code. Customer is aware of that, and they will be getting a proper cover for this to get these properly vented at a later time. This was just a solution for the meantime to get them to their next destination. So to kind of recap this whole video is there's an issue with these Chevy trucks where the brake controller is looking for a voltage, a specific voltage range, and when the voltage coming from the trailer is higher or lower than that, the truck will disconnect the trailer brakes, and then you're left without brakes on your trailer, which is a scary thought. So there is a technical service bulletin out there that Chevy is supposed to replace the brake controller and also update the software, which is supposed to resolve this, but because of national shortage, who knows when that is going to get done. So in the meantime, that diode is working as a check valve to allow the truck to charge the trailer but not backfeed to the truck to shut down that brake controller. And it's now starting to rain. So the other solution for all of this is get rid of that Chevy truck and buy a real truck. Go buy a Ford, or even a Ram apparently works just fine. So if you have a newer Chevy truck and maybe you've experienced some of this intermittent brake issues, or you haven't yet, I would definitely do some testing, take it to Chevy, and validate your truck is not going to have this issue with your trailer, because driving down the road, you want to have the brakes on the truck and the trailer working. So this is just sort of a heads up of what we found on this specific client with their trailer. But looking online, it looks like other people are having this issue, and this is the first time I had heard of it. And I just wanted to make this aware to all of you out there. I want all of you to be safe out there on the road, traveling, making memories with your family. So thanks again, and till next time, we'll see you later.